Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. Cody Osborn joins us from Taurus. Cody, you've been in the firearms business for a long time now.
I have, yep.
Yeah. So now 3 months at Taurus.
3 months at Taurus, yeah. So definitely a whirlwind over the last 3 months.
Well, and Taurus is, it's like a message I try to get out to people. Taurus is a new company. Taurus is a new Taurus. And it's, because there's this history there. People say, well, I know Taurus. And it's almost like they're discounting. And, and I want to say, just stop. Let me just, tell them the story.
And I will say this. If anybody that knows me or follows me or anything, they know I am a shooting enthusiast. I shoot a lot. I shot for pro shooting teams. If you would have asked me 5-6 years ago, even, I was going to be working or shooting a Taurus, I'm like, nah, man.
Right? Not a chance.
No, not a chance.
Well, and frankly, I mean, and I can say it, maybe you can't, is that back then you wouldn't have.
No, not at all.
I mean, just wouldn't have. And that's why I say it's a different company. Move that microphone up just a little bit, if you would, please. There you go, perfect. What happened to make it this new company? Tell them about the where you guys are, where you're making guns now.
Yeah, so we decided to make a move up from, we had U.S. facilities in Miami, Florida.
Right.
And a while back, we decided to kind of rethink where we were doing and decided we wanted to move the company up to Bainbridge, Georgia. So brand new facility, some beginning phases of U.S. manufacturing.
Right.
And what that kind of gave us was a little bit more perspective on focusing on the U.S. market. I mean, the U.S. market really dictates what defense products are around the world.
Right.
And you started seeing this shift, right? And it all kind of started, I think, with the TX-22 launch. Whenever that gun came out, it really did. It won a lot of awards.
Right.
It showed reliability. It showed performance. And at a cost that I truly believe a gun should cost. Right? I
hear you.
And that was the really start. And a really great friend of mine who we started together at Walther, loved him to death. And he came over and took over as CEO and president of Taurus USA. And really started making a lot of the new building efforts and ground up efforts to really restore this brand and really get it on the right path. And you've seen that now. You look at the TX-22, the GX4 Micro Compact, and the revolver line on the Raging Hunters and things like that. And it's really taken a turn where it's a very great quality gun. But because of their manufacturing capabilities and what they know how to do there, the price points are still there. But,
and you got two new ones you're basically showing at the show here.
Yep.
So let's just jump into one of those. Pick one.
So I'm going to start off with the one I'm pretty excited about, and that is the 856. Now, we've had the 856 for a while, but it was funny when I came on board, we're looking, and we had this gun sitting on the table, this revolver, and I was looking at it, I was like, man, I didn't even know it was a Taurus. I was like, looking at it, I was like, this is a really amazing looking gun. I pick it up, and it's this executive grade series. And we started talking about it and looking at what we were doing and what we wanted to do. And we look at it as a brand, and we want to pull out all the custom features, all the performance that we can that's available to us right now and still get it to people for the right price and the right cost. And so what this gun is a fully bench-built gun. We set aside private production rooms for this and dedicated product specialists for this exclusive executive grade line. And when you look at it, it has all those features: a hand-polished satin finish, chamfered cylinders, hand-tuned trigger.
In another shop that might be called Custom Shop, but you have a different name for it.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, that's really what we're talking about here.
Yeah, and you look at it, though, in a lot of custom shop guns, it's like $5, right? Or it's very expensive, right, when you get into it. So when we look at this gun, it had all these features. It's a 6-shot 38 special revolver, 3-inch barrel. Comes in a really nice Pelican vault case, so it gives you that good feel of buying from a custom shop. But it's a full MSRP of $689.
Really?
So, yeah. And you pick it up, and even the revolver snobs. And I'm around a very heavy shooting enthusiast crowd, and I wanted to make sure. And we know how people are.
And they're primed to not like it.
Yes, exactly. And it really has changed a lot of perspective. And that's what we wanted to do with Taurus and start elevating this brand up and showing what we can do. Because all that stuff bleeds down into the other products. The things that we learn on these higher-end products stuff like that bleeds down.
Yeah, how do you make things better?
Yeah, exactly. Because once we start figuring that stuff out and getting the manufacturing processes in place, I said we could do some magic on the right price guns and the right features and things like that. And this is really the start of it with that executive grade. And there'll be a lot more coming in that series. And because it's a bench-built gun and it's not on an assembly line or anything like that, it allows us to be a little bit lighter on our feet when we're trying to choose new models to hit there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you don't have like a lot. You don't have a big line that you have to shut down and redo. You say, okay, well, let's just try something different. Let's make something a little different. Yeah. You can do that. When you say bench-made gun, how many can you make?
Yeah, that's one thing. We can make quite a few still, you know, and you're looking, you know, I would say about 20 a day normally with that. So it is a limited production, especially when you look at Taurus, right? We can make some guns.
Right.
And so this is a different aspect, and I think it's good for the brand and good for the company to take those approaches sometimes and look at that product.
Right.
And so you're really seeing it. Everybody that stopped by here at the show is just falling in love with it. It's a great experience to get over there and just see something different. They don't expect it out of Taurus.
Well, you know, and it's so much fun to pick up a good revolver anyway. Just to pick it up, just think of beauty. I love the mechanics, love the way they feel, you know, the sound, everything that happens with a good revolver there. Let's do this. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, you got one more gun that's got people real excited.
Yep.
And it's like they're going, that's a Taurus? Really? Yeah, I mean, how many times have you heard that, right?
We're going to do it a lot.
That's a Taurus?
We're going to do it a lot.
All right. Hold on a second here, Cody. We're going to take a quick break here. I'm Tom Gresham. We're at the NRA annual meeting here in Houston, Texas. A lot of things going on. And no, I don't think Alan West is going to replace Wayne LaPierre. That was never in the cards. That just wasn't going to happen. I will be right back. We're talking with Cody Osborn from Taurus. And Cody, one of the things we were saying during the break is you said you're a competitive shooter. And with gun stuff, it's all measurable. Yep. It's, you know, it's accuracy, it's time. But I mean, when you go to the range as a competitive shooter, basically that's what you got. You know, is it accurate? Can I shoot it fast? And you got to tell the story about, you know, when you shot the G3.
I did. It's a funny little thing. I went to a gun store and I wanted to check it out. And I've shot a lot of high-end guns over the time. And I have a set of standards that I like. Okay. It's a certain time and a certain hits on target that I can score that I can like, all right, I shoot this gun good, right? And went, bought it right off the shelf. Didn't even wait for a, you know, employee pricing or anything like that because it's the right price. I was like, oh, this is easy. And bought it, went home, and went through the drills, and I look at it, and I hit all my standards right out first time running it. And I was like, all right, the gun's here. And I like doing that because I think too many times we get caught up, we pick up a gun, and we shoot it. Like, I like the way it feels. It feels good to me. And I'm like, well,
it's not measurable.
Nobody cares about your feelings.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, you're right.
So let's put some numbers on it.
And telling somebody this is a good gun, you go, well, great, fine. You're supposed to say that. But if you say no, I can actually shoot it as fast as my competitive guns, and I can shoot it as accurately, so it does all those things. And that was my question to you. I mean, this is a really great gun. How do you convince people that Taurus is making a really good gun now?
Yeah, that's the thing. And we have to have the right service. You know, you got to have the right things internally there, the right customer service there, and the right product there, and it has to be reliable, right? And that was the key part. And I think we've got that. I am literally I've been here about 3 months. I'm up to about 10,000 rounds through my first G3, and it is still rolling strong. Huh. You know, and that's what I want to do. And I'm around that crowd a lot and the shooters, and so when you know, they help see that. We just got to get that message out there and show. And I want people that buy Taurus. We have a lot of new shooters that come in to Taurus, you know, into our industry and into shooting sports through Taurus because of the price point of the guns and where they're at. And I want to make sure that they know that gun will grow with them no matter what skill level they reach. You know, there shouldn't be ashamed of that cost of that gun or anything. You go out, and I think it is a lot more embarrassing if you walk out on the range with a $3,000 gun and can't shoot it. And I find it a lot more impressive if you walk out with a gun that costs $300 or $400 and you outshoot everybody.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's something to that.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Quick question, how's customer service coming?
Phenomenal. And that was a funny stories when, you know, Brett, the CEO, got into it and where they were, you know, and where they were at. Right now, they're running pretty high, like mid-90s on 24-hour turnarounds on products coming in for repair.
Wow.
And I say that the only way you get to that level of turnaround time is the guns are working.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you got junk coming back in, then you got a problem. But if you have pretty good guns and you just got to tweak them, then it's easier to turn them around.
Exactly. So those things.
And look, they're mechanical devices. Stuff happens.
Absolutely. And so you can't, it's hard. You know, you look at it from a batch, and Taurus, like I said, makes a lot of guns.
Right.
You know, so of course there's going to be a few more than others that come back because there's a lot more of them out on the market.
Right.
You know, and to the level of shooter that gets into it.
That's
too,
terrific.
You know?
Well, I know that was something you wanted to address. You know, honestly, if you make guns that shoot well and come in at a good price, you're going to own the world.
Yes, and I'm very excited for that as a shooter myself.
That is terrific. For information, where do they go? TaurusUSA.com?
Yep, TaurusUSA.com.
And see all the new stuff. And I know you got more things in the pipeline.
Oh, yeah, always.
You know, there's stuff coming, and you're going to be bringing those out yourself because that's what you do.
Yes, sir.
You know, besides, it's all fun.
It is absolute blast. I mean, we're lucky to be in this industry.
Oh, honestly. It's so true. Well, I appreciate your time, sir. It's TaurusUSA.com. Go check it out. Yeah. New guns, new quality level, new customer service. It's a new Taurus.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
All at the same price, too.
Oh, at the same price. How do you do that?
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
hey, don't go far. We'll be back. We're at the NRA's annual meetings in Houston, Texas. I'm Tom Gresham. It's Gun Talk. Don't forget to check us out, guntalk.com, and check us out on YouTube and anywhere you get your videos, because we're pretty much everywhere these days.